All right, look at that. First across the line tonight, Bruno Coppola. See, it's a lot harder when we don't have that promo up, right? To get in here first, you got to be fast, man. Big D in the house with us behind Rudy's Fairing. Big D checking in from Marengo, Illinois. Listen, if you're watching this from anywhere in the United States or abroad, please put up where you're watching from so we can give you a shout out. We always get a kick out of it here in the studio. It is Sunday. Time for another episode of America's first and favorite motorcycle two-wheel talk and entertainment show, Shop Talk. We're going live in just 3.5 minutes. The clock is on the wall, counting down. Everyone's in the studio. We're fired up because we're back from SmokeOut. Unbelievably, dear God, I can't believe we made it back. Josh Collins in the house with us tonight. It was such an incredible event, and I'm so tired. I just flew back from SmokeOut, and boy, my arms are tired. Yeah, it's a dad joke, I know. Going live in just 3 minutes. Stick around. Oh, behind Rudy's Fairing, St. John, Indiana. Josh Collins, where are you watching from? I know where. I want him to say it. That's the point. So this is episode 285. I can't even believe that the good folks at Dennis Kirk have left the back door to the studio open for that long and let us in to do this show every week. It's going to be killer. We got a great show tonight. Great event to talk about coming up next week. Danette Idso, Rochester, Minnesota. Right on. That's right up the road from us now. Josh Collins, Defiance, Ohio. Defend Ohio, Josh. Defend Ohio. Yeah, so much. Robin Hagebottom in the house. So much to talk about tonight. Most of it's going to be SmokeOut because we're just all filled up with the spirit. All filled up with the spirit.
Can I get an amen?
We're full of something. Minute and a half, we're going live. Get a drink, kick back, relax, get ready for Shop Talk. It always scares me when we come to the end of the loop in the music because I wonder if I put the right music up. Hey, you know, it's like that sometimes here in the old studio. Just 1 minute, counting down to 1 minute. What did you guys do this weekend? Somebody tell me something. I actually did something that I've been waiting all summer to do. I spent the weekend in my yard. I know it sounds boring, but when you never get to do anything in your yard and you come home after a long season, it's like, holy shit. Tiger Ward's in the house. Good to see all you guys. Hey, you don't have to just be another effing observer while Shop Talk's going on. Anywhere you're watching from, any social media channel, just make your comments there. They'll come in through the show and we'll get to you. Questions, comments, concerns, the more the better. So 25 seconds and we're going live with this one. I guess that's time to get this one off or out of the station and up onto the tracks. Let's go live with this week's installment of Shop Talk. Here we go. Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's just after 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 8:10 here in Mitchell, South Dakota, where we are happy to once again be in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio, getting ready to bring you an episode of Shop Talk. And of course, I am joined by my illustrious crew.
Hey. Illustrious, all right.
Illustrious, right? Harry Bostard's in with us tonight, Mark. Harry from the Wall of Death, he said this weekend he took his panhead to Military Appreciation Day at the hideout in the backcountry of San Diego. Good on you, Harry. Let's see. Dennis Stauber ended up with Cycle Silo yesterday. Rat Rods were in town.
Nice.
Behind Rudy's Fairing, did a fundraiser ride for Vets Roll. Left his house at 6:30 a.m., home at 8 p.m. Right on. Lots of stuff, man. You gotta scramble to get those last minute things, and the year is rolling out on us. So.
Oh, I'm not ready. I feel like I missed summer. Check 1 2.
There
that
you
was loud.
go.
Check 1 2. Check
There
check.
you go.
Can you hear me now?
I think your dusty microphone is. That's what happens when you leave the studio for like a month.
That's all right.
How about look at Mark with that killer backdrop? Look, let's bring that thing up.
I had to make my own backdrop.
Oh,
I had to steal my own backdrop.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that banner come from?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was one of the ones that were right by the merch booth, and I figured Jeff would want one. And after you made the comment that you made, I knew it was going to be a matter of about 30 to 45 seconds to get a banner.
Oh.
You want to talk about the stupidest thing I've ever said on stage on a microphone?
Oh yeah. Winner, chicken dinner on that one.
This one took the cake. I was all wrapped up in like we had an unbelievable stage schedule, and it was ridiculous, and it forced us to do everything fast towards the end of the show. And at one point, I was trying to get Heather up because she does this thing where she raffles off banners the last night, and it helps raise a couple extra $100 for Meals on Wheels. And I said, look, this is the time of the night. I said, there's banners all over the property, and you guys are welcome to take any of them after the show is over. And I meant like any of the event banners.
Dumbest thing he has
took
ever said.
Everything, dude. They took the drag race banner. They took the food court banner. They took like a sign that said no parking with SmokeOut logo on it. They took them all.
There was screws spinning.
Oh, it was ridiculous. But like, who takes the food court banner?
So next year we're gonna have all new banners.
I'm gonna electrify those suckers. Like the horse fence. I'm gonna electrify them all.
Dumbest shit I've ever said on stage.
Oh, dude.
Ever.
It was like this
that's
mass
how I ended up with
exodus.
Yeah.
I figured Jeff may want a bigger one for the shop, and I grabbed it, and obviously he had left before I had the opportunity to give it to him. So.
Hey, look, Bobby Shackle in the house. What's up, buddy?
So good.
Yeah,
Mark, what'd you do this weekend?
I actually moved everything in the garage so I can work on the 62 Impala.
Ooh.
My
Me
man.
and Mac, we flipped everything around, and I emptied my basement.
Now, wait a minute.
I'm actually working on my house. This unemployment thing's awesome.
What?
Let's call it retirement. It sounds better.
That's early retirement.
Early
when you don't have a
retirement.
job anymore, it's freaking fantastic. You can do all kinds of shit.
Air tags on the keep banners.
That's a good idea.
No, just like everybody that's out there, I love that you guys love SmokeOut so much and you want a piece of it to take home. And that's why, like, any of the event banners, we're totally down for you guys to take. But
No,
if
wait
you
a
could
minute.
leave the
Don't say that.
operational banners, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the rules of SmokeOut,
So,
the directions.
Here, let's do this. If it's more than 3 feet across, don't touch it. Because, like, I want to know how many of all y'all actually have space to hang a 20-foot banner. Because, like, they were 20-foot banners that were gone.
And just in case you're
The
wondering,
SmokeOut Roadhouse banner.
yeah,
That's
they took
24 feet
they
long.
took the Roadhouse banner, dude.
I know. For Christ, if I don't know that, I would have stolen that and put that on the ceiling of my garage.
But this is the thing. They don't give them shits away. So
No, those are. So when you guys
Anyway.
complain next year because the ticket prices
we're
went
gonna-
up, it's because you
Well, no,
took our
the
damn banners.
Ticket prices aren't going up, but all the banners are going to be me and Mark with big fat Sharpies.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
more cool art.
Food court,
Yeah.
KORT.
Yeah,
Oh, anyway, man.
It's going to be fun.
Brian Goody, I bought a mini banner version at the
Thank you.
T-shirt booth. Yeah, man. And that's something that we started to do because just like you guys, we were always, wanting to take a piece of the event home with us, and it's something we just, we buy a bunch extra of those in case anybody wants something, and we try to pass them on to you. But hey, man, if this is your first time watching Shop Talk, shame on you.
We're
do this.
sorry.
Yeah, they get better. They do. But we do this every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast through the courtesy of Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. And you're wondering what Shop Talk is? Get ready because we're going to show you. It's 90 to 120 minutes, all the two-wheel bullshit we can fit. Mm-hmm. We do some entertainment. We have some guests on. We start the whole thing off with a little segment we call...
The news.
The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers. You're getting better at that news thing, right? So first up in the news, AFT rule change rules out Indian FTR 750. What?
No, is that just because they kept winning? I'm just curious.
Stop saying that.
Just saying.
I'm just curious. Like they're just give somebody else a chance. I don't know.
Stop.
Oh, but here we go. After winning 7 Super Twin titles and more than 100 races since 2016's debut, American Flat Tracks recently announced production-only engine rule has obsoleted Indian's all-conquering FTR 750, making it every bit as obsolete as Sammy Halbert's 30-year-old XR 750. Yeah, that is kind of a drag, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Heather gets smart-ass comment of the night.
That was almost as good as the $40,000 Sportster comment.
Flake Paint and Design said, "You guys selling T-shirts? I missed it. So did me and Mark. Neither one of us got an event shirt. There were like 15 different event shirt designs, and we didn't get a single one. So
here's the deal.
Go
There
ahead.
are a few left. There's very limited
Shut up.
quantities. None of the primary design, those were sold out, I think, on Friday, and I tripled the order this year. Great problem to have. But there are a few shirts left. They are available on the store. So if you go to smokeoutrallyshop.com, you can see what's left. And what's left is what's left. We're not doing a reprint on anything.
We
Limited edition.
might have to do a couple. I'm just saying. And that's another thing. I'm with Flake Paint and Design. He says I'm a fat guy. Me too. Increasingly so. Mark also. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
You can't call somebody else fat.
He said he's Mark calls himself a fat guy all the time.
I'm fat kid
But this is
now.
what I'm saying. I feel
Bonafide
like you guys in the T-shirt booth were fat shaming because there were.
Hey.
Isn't that the train whistle we start the show with?
Yeah. So here, wait a minute. Flake Paint and Design. I don't know what size you are, but there are 2 long sleeve Jeff Cochran t-shirts left in the store. There's 2, literally 2, and they're double XL. So I don't know what size you are, but
Okay, let's go back to the news for God's sake. Indian Motorcycle
Well, that
raises
was
over.
news, actually.
Yeah, I know.
there's 2 left. Get it now.
Yeah, Dennis Stauber, no 4Xs. Indian Motorcycle raises over $114,000 for Folds of Honor. Fundraised will help provide academic scholarship to the spouses of children of U.S. military service members and first responders who have fallen or been disabled while serving. Good on them, man.
That's awesome.
Folds of Honor, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing families of fallen or disabled service members and first responders with educational scholarships. The event brought together hundreds of motorcycles from across the country, garnering over 1,200 total donations for more than $114,000.
That's awesome.
Far out, dude.
I'm down for any charity that supports our veterans and their family. I really am. Good on y'all.
All right, this is pretty cool for any longtime followers of Ewan McGregor and the stuff that he used to do with his around the world motorcycle adventures. Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman are back riding bikes around the world, thankfully. So reading down through this, leave it to Ewan and Charlie to plot a 10,000-mile route between Scotland and London. But the part down here, gone are electric bikes in favor of refurbished vintage motorcycles.
Yep.
Amen. What?
I just think it's no more electric. Speaking of that, did you see the picture I sent you the other day of the electric car with the generator on the trailer hitch plugged in as they're going down the... That was a legitimate photograph, just so you know.
I know.
I saw that.
This is how ridiculous people are.
Excuse me.
And we just had this conversation how technology makes people stupid. In the 50s, the owner's manual told you how to adjust your valves. Nowadays, it tells you not to drink the fluid in your battery. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know,
And then you have
they
to
build
wonder
an
who
electric
the...
car. They make alterators and generators. Mount one on the electric car. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, God. All right, this comes in from the Black Hills Pioneer. Full Throttle Saloon donates to Sturgis High School Rodeo and Sturgis Ambulance. Look at that, man.
Super cool.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's cooler, just for the record, that they donated to the high school rodeo or the fact that there is a high school rodeo.
Shit, right?
I mean, that's pretty cool.
We're talking about South Dakota here. Let's not get shit twisted.
Yeah, you guys should already know this stuff.
It's either going to be that or hockey. I'm telling you right now, because
Hockey.
good chance there'd be a hockey game too. This is a really, really good feel-good story.
Yes.
You know, it tugs on our own heartstrings because it has to do with the Hockey Motorcycle Challenge. But this comes in from the Gatesville Messenger out of Texas. Local Texas doctor completes 10,000-mile challenge on vintage motorcycle. You know what he's on there? A 1948 Harley Panhead.
That is awesome.
Did the entire Hockey Motorcycle Challenge, 10,000 miles, Florida to Alaska, the original route, and made it across the finish line.
What kind of doctor is he? Did it say? I missed that.
Let's see.
Because I'm assuming he would probably want to be a chiropractor after that trip.
No shit.
Yeah.
No, but it says he worked on the bike for 2 years to get ready for it. It was really inspiring to me. Schaefer said it was a really amazing experience to be able to finish on that old bike because through the years, it's been a 6-year process of trying to accomplish that goal.
Oh, wow.
Riding long distance on an older motorcycle comes with a variety of mechanical risks, which Schaefer experienced during his previous attempts. In 2020, his bike broke down halfway through the route and he could not complete the challenge. Although he eventually crossed the finish line in 22, the engine on the bike blew on the first day, forcing him to compete the challenge on a modern motorcycle.
Oh. That's kind of a sad. That's a bummer.
It's really, really cool. I mean, both for the accomplishment for him and just to show people like the kind of dedication that it takes to compete in a Hockey to begin with.
Yeah, the perseverance is outstanding.
Yep. Yeah.
Sweet.
He either a doctor or a doctor of chiropractic or a psychiatrist.
Yeah, gotta be one or the other.
Your longest ride at the SmokeOut was 11,000 miles. How did I not meet that person? Please tell me more.
Yeah, right.
Well, I know how I didn't meet that person. I'm sorry I didn't meet a lot of all y'all. I'm still saying I have not actually attended a SmokeOut, just for the record.
I saw you walk through once.
Just once.
I mean, you were walking through really, really fast, but I saw you walk through once.
Listen, Gus out of Texas tells us more about the electric car post. A $2,000 generator mounted on a $100,000 car to get an extra 100 miles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Redonkulous. You're right.
I think I might go on strike next year for SmokeOut and just actually go to SmokeOut. Can I do that?
No.
Well, if you do what I'm gonna do, if you just quit, then you can go to the SmokeOut.
Mark, do you know how many times I've just quit? And yet here we are.
Just like me, but it's the point we have to stick to our guns.
Flake Paint and Design said
we're
that
quitters at quitting, just to let you know.
the guy that did that 11,000 miles to SmokeOut was on the road for months.
That's awesome.
Listen, I'd like to. How did we miss that? We should have him on the show
because
for sure.
I think we get a little too busy.
Yeah,
Stop
that sucks.
it. That's just silly.
It sucks. No, listen. I mean, on one hand, man, it's really cool, you know, to have all the stuff going on that we do there. On the other hand, like, you know, tonight's guest, Dozer. I didn't get to spend almost
I saw
any
him when
time.
he got there, and I saw him when he left.
Well,
So-
you know what you guys need to do to go to an event, to be there with the person who rides 11,000 miles to an event? Go to somebody else's event.
That's not
That's
funny.
it. Otherwise, then shut up and do it.
Excuse me.
That's not funny at all, Mark.
True. Not funny, but true.
It is fun. It's funny, haha.
Whatever.
So, what was your favorite part this year, Heather? I'm going to put you on the spot because I'm actually behind the scenes. I'm trying to load something that I forgot to load.
Let's see.
At the
SmokeOut
beginning of the
came in when
show.
it seems like I wasn't even there, and yet I was. That's Bill Stevens. What was my favorite part? You know, I have to say, I think honestly, and this is going to sound super cheesy, seeing my mom there.
Yeah.
That
Your
for me
mom
was
a
really
trooper.
super special.
Your mom was a trooper.
You know, last year, her not being able to be there because of some of her physical limitations.
Yeah.
And then this year, her being such a trooper and sitting at that damn ticket booth all day, every day. Like, it was awesome for me. That was my highlight of SmokeOut.
Flake paint
I
and design.
I didn't get to ride her around the property and have a drink again like I did
Aw.
2 years ago.
And I
was sort of bummed. We'd said we were going to.
Well, don't feel too bad for her, because I'll tell you
Yeah,
what,
everybody
Big
else
Matt,
did.
everybody else was bringing her cocktails and
Yeah.
ice cream, and like I'd go be like, "Mom, are you okay?" And she'd have like a bourbon and Coke Zero, or she'd have ice cream, or like, don't feel too bad for her.
Nick Hildebrittle, his favorite memories were shithouse drags and your mom rules, which, like, typically if you put that sentence together in any other scenario, there'd be some fist fighting, but. All right, hey, listen, man, you guys are watching Shop Talk here on the.
Hold
Dennis-
on. What was your favorite moment?
My
We
favorite?
just skipped right over.
Oh, dude, I tell you straight up, like right now, without even thinking twice about it. The fact that my wife was wrong, and not only was she wrong, she had to admit to everybody in front of God and everyone, and she even punished herself by
I did.
getting in the shit house and doing a shit house drag race.
I knew you were going to say that was your
That
favorite
absolutely.
part.
Come on.
And I was wrong. I was absolutely right. The number of people that signed up for it and the number of people that watched it, like, I actually said to him, we need to build a second set to make it go faster.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
So there you go, Mark. You set her up for that, didn't you?
Well, yeah, pretty much. But
Hey,
no,
Aaron-
I mean, again, you always ask her or somebody else, but nobody ever asks you. So.
Aaron Maxwell is in with us. He said it was amazing.
Mark, what was Mark's favorite part?
Leaving.
Don't be
Shut
a
up.
douche.
Shithouse drags, dude. Watching those people, the enthusiasm, you know what I mean? Like, that was building them with Jeff and Paul.
Oh yeah.
Like the whole thing that went around those, because again, like Heather, it was sort of, we were questioning, we knew it was sort of going to be a shit show, not to, excuse the pun, but, we didn't really think that it was, those people were into it. They lined up, they were ready to F and go.
I'm not going to lie.
So-
The only thing that was kind of a bummer is there was no blue water.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
next time we'll just
It's on.
put something that splashes in your face.
Yeah, it's on next year. Next year we're gonna have blue water.
Bill
So
Stevens, you shut your filthy mouth.
damn, I have a frog in my throat tonight. Listen, so here's the thing, man. SmokeOut absolutely could not happen without so many people. And if I missed any single one of you in this video that I put together, I very seriously and humbly apologize. But we put together a video. There's going to be tons of media that comes out of SmokeOut very shortly. But this first video is just to thank our build crew, the people that are on the ground before the event starts and long after the event is over. I wanted to thank each and every one of you, and hopefully this video does a little bit. When we come back on the other side of this, we're going to be talking about Kentucky Motofest, so stick around. You're watching Shop Talk.
The only thing standing between you and the open road is some garage time with the right parts and accessories to make your motorcycle roar. And that's why riders everywhere choose DennisKirk.com, the one stop you need to get your Harley back on the road. Our knowledgeable tech staff will help you navigate our more than 185,000 parts, apparel, and accessories that are ready to ship today, with free shipping on all orders over $89. So tune up your ride and get ready for the next adventure. Ride more, wait less. Dennis Kirk.
This is Rick from RKB, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Whether riding takes you from A to B or just lets you escape, there's a flow to the road you share. So go with it. Eyes open, and always have the Law Tigers by your side. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, visit us at lawtigers.com. Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. So that video was what it looks like to take a 50-acre property and turn it into an event in just
and you
what
can't
we
even
like 3
see,
days.
like,
Yeah,
half the property. It's crazy. So that link that I just put up, if you're interested, is the Kickstart Heard Round the World.
yeah, dude. Can I take everybody to it?
I think
Let's
so.
see. Hang on one second. So this was undoubtedly the most epic thing that ever happened at SmokeOut. I think maybe in all of its time. So they're literally calling this the Kick Heard Round the World. We did for the first time the Danger Dan Kickstart contest at SmokeOut this year, and Cody Cavender defied all in the final round. So if you guys know how the Kickstart typically goes, the Kickstart goes through a number of different rounds where it's kick regular, kick straddle, kick backwards, have someone else kick it for you. Well, it got down to where Roadside Marty came up with the idea of both guys did a push-up, ran to the bar, did a shot, ran back to their bikes, and kick-started their bike. Well, they were neck and neck coming back to the bikes, and Cody decides to karate kick his motorcycle as he's going past it and somehow managed to keep the bike upright and keep it started. Let's watch the video real quick because it was ridiculous.
Big thanks to Excess Sean for capturing it.
Yeah. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Push up, motherfucker, go. Here we go.
And look, he's way behind from the push-up.
It's a horse race. It's a horse race. Oh my goodness. I see them going around the bar. They're neck and neck.
Now you gotta watch close. You gotta watch close, man.
I'm in the danger zone as well. That's right. Here they come. Here they come. Oh, Cody. Oh, my God. Oh, no. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't believe all of that. Like all of it.
Epic.
I've never seen.
And like excess speed, right place, right time with that video, dude. Like that was incredible.
Yeah, so
I think Cody Cavender was like king of SmokeOut.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
know.
Absolutely. He won the burnout contest.
He sold the bike right after. Are you kidding?
Of course. It's a perfect time to say, bro, it'll start.
Excuse me.
Guarantee this bike's going to start.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
Listen, man, some of the biggest supporters of SmokeOut ever, before we had it, all through time, have been some of our guests on the show here tonight. The Shade Tree Boys, always, like, from the minute we said, hey, we're doing SmokeOut, Dozer called us up and was like, okay, what can we do? Well, they are coming on tonight to talk about the Kentucky Motofest. We're excited to have them on, so let's get them on right now and talk about this new event that's coming up this weekend. Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectro Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth. Dozer, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
Oh, absolutely. So how about that? Before we get into your event, how about that Kickstart contest, dude? That was the sickest thing ever.
I probably told this story 30 times since the SmokeOut. I've told everybody. I'm sure they're tired of me hearing, or tired of hearing me talk about this incredible Kickstart. I mean, it was just amazing.
Oh,
super cool.
I love it. I love that they're calling it the Kick Heard Round the World. So tell us about Kentucky Motofest. Where does this come from?
Okay, so Chad can tell you a little bit about it too. So we started just basically the first one was in his front yard, and we had a bike show combined with another local shop, and it's just kind of grown from there over the past few years. Chad, is it the fifth? Is this the fifth one? Fourth?
Fourth,
okay. So yeah, the last couple of years we've gotten a whole lot bigger, and it's just we don't really have a cool event of this type in our area, anywhere around the Kentucky area. So it's just we've been driven to do something like that. So this event is maybe a little bit different than some in that it's a little bit more inclusive to different types of riding. So there's hill climbs and tons of dirt bike trails. Chad could probably tell you a little bit better about that, the venue itself even.
So Chad, back to what Dozer was saying, that you guys don't really have anything in the area anymore. There used to be it was something called the Kentucky Kickdown or something. It was kind of growing into a big thing there, but this is really taking place of the fact that there was nothing left in the area, right?
yeah, the Kentucky Kickdown. I don't know what happened with those guys. It bluttered out a few years ago, and myself, Casey Elkins, got to talking more and brought Dozer involved, and we just wanted something to grow bigger in Kentucky, and this is kind of what me and Casey and our buddy Chris Simpson with Sweet Leaf Garage all got together and come up with something. And thankfully, me having Dozer in my back pocket as a Shade Tree brother is awesome to help out with everything and always bring me a cool bike to show.
Well, and let's get into that for a minute, because it is a very old school participation based. You got the dirt drags, the bike games, what have you, but there's also a pretty good influx of custom motorcycles. Are you guys doing that as an invitational? How does the custom bike part of it?
Yeah, we're wanted to do something to show Kentucky the invitational bike show part, some of our friends. So we invited 10 invited builders this year to come be a part of it, and luckily we got some excellent builders that are showing up.
Really top-notch guys. So you'll see Bill Dodge will be there, Brian Batera, Jeremy Valentine from Joker Cycle Works, Jackson Kahn, Parker, Tim Dixon. We got a pretty good group of real talented guys.
Dan Starkey's going to be there.
Yeah, Dan Starkey. So there'll be some real nice bikes in the invited show. Plus there'll be a ride-in show as well.
Now, Dozer, I'm glad I'm glad you came back on there for a second, because we have one comment here in the comment section that I wanted to get to that's directed to you. Professional Monkey said, Dozer came in to my camper during SmokeOut and offered me a drink of my bourbon.
Yeah. Kind of a long night. There was a lot of long nights at the SmokeOut, for sure.
That's great.
Fun.
Hey, what town's the Kentucky Motofest in?
It's in Clay City, so that's about 45 minutes to the east of Lexington.
Of Lexington, yes. Speaking of bourbon, we've gotten lucky. Casey hooked us up. His friends with somebody in the bourbon industry, and it is straight bourbon whiskey. We have some bottles with the Kentucky Motofest logo that is etched on it that all the invited builders are getting as a thank you for coming.
I saw that.
Dude, I saw it in your post. Yeah, check it out.
I was like, how do I get one of those? Well, now I know.
Yeah.
That thing's bad. And I got to give you guys props on your logo too. That logo's sick as shit.
Yeah,
great.
Casey came up with that. When he sent it to me, I just started dying laughing, and I said, 100%, that's what we're doing.
It's perfect.
So our shirts, the new hats, everything is that logo.
What'd you say, Mark?
Well, I was going to say, it said Dozer was on tonight and Chad, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I met Chad. And it ends up that Chad's one of the people that we ended up in the fording Taj Mahal, crushing a half gallon of Fireball in 5 minutes. And me and Pat and Chad were talking about coming down there. He's like, dude, you need to fucking come to this event. So I'm actually I'm networking as we're on the air. If I can work it out to go where I'm supposed to go this week, I'll only be 100 miles from there.
Awesome. That would be great.
So,
Mark, how come you're having Fireball and I'm not?
Because he's on the build crew. By the time the gates open, his work's done.
Well, I'm on
keep in mind, this is something that we've done from the gate there. This is the 7-3 Mafia argument with the Fireball.
So basically, you're holding out on me, you bastard.
We
are so fighting.
Chris also, because I brought him a shot.
Christopher?
Silence. Did you catch the silence there, guys?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. You know what happened to what happens at SmokeOut stays at SmokeOut? What?
Yep.
I don't understand. I don't understand, Mark. What kind of brother are you?
I mean, I rarely drink. Once in a blue moon do I have a drink, and I realized that Chad was one of the blue moons there because he was right next to me drinking as much Fireball as I was drinking. So
hey, in my defense, the common denominator there has been every year that's got me in trouble is Pat.
That's since the beginning of SmokeOut's history ever. Every story, every scar I have on my body that has SmokeOut involved in it has Pat Patterson's name next to it.
Yeah, well, 25 years for me for Pat Patterson.
So.
We're fighting.
The one thing I think we need to stress a little bit is this place, the venue. It's 1,000 acres, right?
Wow.
It is 1,200 acres from novice to expert trails, and you can go get lost all day long if you want to. 30 minutes away out on the roads are some of the best twisties you're going to come to, and 28 miles away is the Nada Tunnel. It's Red River Gorge, which is absolutely beautiful. We're actually a friend of ours is going to host a ride on Saturday morning. If anybody wants to go, it's going to take you to the Nada Tunnel, and it's a 1-lane tunnel that's absolutely gorgeous in the Red River Gorge. But you can get lost for days. There's one big circle out on the main road that will take you around, and you'll be gone maybe an hour, and it's unbelievable Kentucky roads.
So where can I see pictures of the venue? Because I have your website up right now. Where can I see more pictures of the venue? Because that's incredible, dude.
I'm trying to remember because the venue is the Holler. Cabins in the Holler is the name of the venue we're having it at.
Okay. How did you hook up with that? That's great.
They used to have KXCR races there and do a series, and was always there. And Casey does motocross enduro stuff, so he had raced there for years, and that stopped happening. So Casey, when we were looking for another place to have this because it got bigger, he found it. We talked to the owner of it, struck up a deal, and he's been excellent to work with. So we at least have it for the next 2 years. Gonna have it there.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I can't find a damn link for it, but if we do, I'll bring it up.
What's the dates?
That's next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
The fact that you guys have hill climbs, super rad. Kind of jealous.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's thankfully we've gotten lucky again. Good friends. Zane Cook is putting it on for us and hosting every bit of it. So we've been trying to help out, and he's the good old days company. He's the one hosting it all and got pennants for everybody. Oldest Mike, sorry, I'm at the drag strip. Just finished racing. There's classes for the oldest bike, the weirdest, best wreck, bunch of different classes he has, and it ought to be a really, really good time for that.
Hang on, I think I got it. Yeah, Heather got it for us here now, so we can take a look. Wow, dude, check it out.
I mean, it is in the middle of it's in a holler in the middle of 2 mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It looks like the perfect venue.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, it looks cool as shit. Well, we're seeing, I'm like I said, I'm in the middle of networking. There's a real good possibility I might end up there.
He's in the middle of networking. Mark is networking. That's scary.
A network.
Yeah.
I have my people. I got my people on it.
12 RV hookup spots. We've got all but 3 of them sold already, but there's ample places to camp. Have a burnout pit, a bar.
Going to be some live bands, right?
Got 3 live bands Friday and 3 Saturday, along with food trucks.
So Tiger Ward is asking, is the Nada the one at Red River Gorge?
Yes, that is that one.
Yeah, everybody's talking about how cool that is. Professional Monkey was on with us. If you're still here, Monk, thanks for tuning in tonight. He says he's got to get back to work, but always good when you stop in.
Man.
So,
how
Chad,
quick can we make it to Kentucky?
Pretty fast. Pretty fast. Hey, listen, I got a loaner motorcycle from Harley Davidson that goes fast as hell.
Well, it seems that Mark owes me some Fireball, and I need to go to an event that I'm not hosting. So
okay, so
there you go. There you go.
I have a whole bottle of Fireball just for you.
And Heather, it's his fault. It's Chad's fault.
So Chad, you said that you're at the
Chad owes you, not me.
You said you're at the drag race
and then
track.
Chad, we can blame this on Patterson.
Yes, sir.
So,
Chad, you're at the drag race track. Tell us about your weekend.
It was a good weekend. Old Faithful sitting back here behind me. I never have to worry about. We went to the finals in eliminator class. Come up a little short, so we run it up, and then same bike, 1150 index class. We went to the final 5. And I got beat by the 30-time national champion.
You can't hate
So
that.
You can't hate that.
About that at all. Was a good weekend.
Right on, man.
So in the event that Chris and I are not able to make it, is there anybody that would be able to do an article and photos for us?
Mark said he's going.
He's going to be drunk. We already know this.
Me?
Come on now. If Pat Patterson's there, we're screwed. I mean, come on, Mark.
We've got a local photographer going to be there. Matt Stork's coming.
Right on.
Brian might be there.
I would love an article and photos so we can help you guys grow this for sure.
Yeah.
Please. And you never know. If stranger things have happened, we may show up. Who knows?
Hey, don't threaten me. Daniel H is asking 1150 in the quarter or the 8th, Chad?
Quarter mile.
Nice.
And I've got another one I'm sitting on right now that decided to not want to cooperate this weekend that runs 1030s in the quarter.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love all motorcycle events, but when there's stuff for people to do, I just always feel like that's so much better. You know what I mean? So hats off to you guys, because obviously we know how much work it is to keep all that stuff moving for people, and I know, but at the end of it, it's worth it. When you see everybody having a good time and they're not just standing around a hot damn parking lot, that's good on you. That's why we wanted to bring both you guys on here tonight and give you a chance to talk about this.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Man, I hope you guys have a killer event. Like I said, stranger things have happened. It's only 1,000 miles.
There you go.
Actually, 1,048 to be exact.
75 degrees and sunny every day.
Well, and Heather, you don't have one of those patches yet.
I should. I've done that with you before. 1,000 in a day?
It doesn't count if it's in a truck.
No, we just did it on the... We just did a couple thousand in a day back to back. If that was the fact,
she'd have like 80 of them.
Dude.
Yeah, right? All right, well.
My ass isn't going to be fat because I eat too much. It's going to be from sitting on it in the truck.
Dozer, listen, obviously we love any time that we get to spend with you, so hopefully we do get to break away and come and check this thing out.
Fantastic.
But
love to have you guys.
Everybody's on here. You have to go back and look through the comments. Everybody's on here giving you mad props about your building and fabrication and stuff that you do. You can go check his motorcycle out. Ton of other cool builders. I saw that you guys are going to have Christian there, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Christian will be here. Yeah.
So
Bill Dodge, Ryan Batera. We got some top name guys coming.
So basically, if anybody is within 1,000 miles of Clay City, Kentucky next weekend, there's no reason to not go to this event. I'm just saying. It's like $25 to get in for the weekend, right?
Yep. Yes, ma'am. $25 for the weekend, $15 for a day.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
That's awesome.
So you can check them out. Heather's going to put all the links up. KYMotofest.com, the Facebook page, obviously, Instagram. We're going to put all that stuff up
All
for you
the
guys.
things,
That
all the
killer
proper
logo.
accoutrement.
Look at that. I
think
that.
I might need that shirt.
That's brilliant. Right on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
All
get
right.
you one, Heather.
Well, listen, man, both of you guys, thank you so much for taking time with us tonight and helping us educate people on the fact
Thank
that
you.
there are still very cool, very real motorcycle events
where
that
you
go
can
on.
do things, you can make your own memories instead of watching people make them.
Yep.
You got it. Yep. Very
So
interactive.
awesome.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, thank you guys again. We'll try to catch you down there. If nothing else, it sounds like Mark is coming, so
Good possibility.
Great.
I apologize.
Dozer, I'll keep you updated.
We'll stock up, Mark.
Right on.
Thanks.
So
All right,
good.
man. Always a good time. Always a good time hanging out with those guys, man. And like I said, they kill it for us. They always have. You know, if you participated in the bike games that go on at SmokeOut, that is 100% them. It's always fun when we go back through the pictures and videos. Everybody's always having a blast. So good times there, man.
Very cool.
We're going to take a look at a cool feature bike when we come back on the other side. We're going to wrap this thing up, but we got plenty to talk about. Actually, before we go to that, Heather has something that she wants to share with everybody. And remind Mark that, yes, Mark, we still do a print copy of this damn magazine.
Stop it. I think you just keep showing the same one.
No, look, this one's
Look
blue.
at this, brand new.
This one's blue. The last one was pink. Shut up, Mark.
I don't know.
The one before that was, look at that, brand spanking new, hot off the press. Nice soft cover, pretty picture. Oh,
Look
look
at
at that.
that.
What are the chances I would do that?
Blam.
Can I get an amen?
All right. So, yeah, the new issue of Cycle Source magazine is just about to hit the newsstands. We're super stoked. This is the second issue of our complete redesign. Want to hear what you guys think about it. So feel free to send us the feedback. Yeah, look at that. Did you see this thing of pipes, Mark?
Yes.
How
That thing is
sick.
badass.
This is a pretty good issue. It doesn't suck.
All right, so we're going to take a look at a cool feature bike when we come back on the other side. Heather's still going to be looking at the magazine, telling people that it doesn't suck.
It doesn't.
You're watching Shop Talk. Don't go anywhere.
Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
My name's Tyler Glisson. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. So I won this tank at a Grundle Run about 4 years ago. At the time I was riding a street bob and all my buddies had choppers, and I took it as a sign that I was going to finally build a chopper. A year later I had the first version of this thing running, and I rode it up there. And then it's kind of grown since then. I got the paint done and kind of the final version of the bike done about a year ago. It's a 96-inch shovel head, 1980. It's built out, got a 5 4 transmission. But I learned to paint, I learned to weld, learned how to do electrical work, everything on this bike. It's my first build, first paint job. Quite proud of it. And it's not a show bike. I mean, I try to make it pretty, but it's a go bike. Last summer I did a big shakedown ride in Colorado and Utah with some friends. And we did about 1,500 miles in 2 weeks. And I like to ride around the Southeast. And the front end, I've got the Mullins Narrow Trees. I've got the Pancake Light from F&A from Eric, and 21-inch front wheel. I've got ribbed, shaved, polished lowers. Just some old, I think these are Sportster bars that I did an internal throttle on. And recently I've been trying to run a mag in it, and I put this little hidden kill switch in here, and it's all kind of routed through this sheet that I got going on. I don't normally run a mirror, but got sick of getting tickets in Daytona, so I got the little party mirror up there. And my kind of favorite new thing is this little kind of cast brass snake I found at like I don't know if it's an antique store or flea market, but I drilled and tapped it and put that on the gas tank, and that's a fun little piece on there. My girlfriend and I, we painted the tank together and learned to paint, learned to do, candy and all this kind of lowrider graphic stuff. It took, oh my gosh, ages. I mean, a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of different kind of colors of candy mixed together and different stuff on the top. Let's see. I built the shifter that I have over here, and a lot of the small parts, I ended up doing the same kind of paint match scheme. So, the pegs, the shifter, and that stuff, and put some graphics and stuff on the fender there. But the seat is a Prism Supply seat, so it's real comfy. It's nice to just kind of bolt that on there. I tried to make a seat at first. It did not go very well, and this is nice, when you're doing those long, couple 100 miles a day kind of thing, it's nice to have something that's actually comfortable, built well. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Trying to think of some other kind of special parts. It's got a rocker clutch, jockey shift kind of setup, standard, chopper stuff. What else do we have? The mirror is actually from a local guy here in Daytona, Mark Stevens. He casts these and makes these. It's hard to find kind of a small chopper mirror that isn't, a big tacky thing, because you want your bars to be clean, but you also don't want to get pulled over every year in Daytona. And I feel like
Hey, it's Billy from Twisted Tea. We're live in Sturgis, and you're watching Shop Talk.
Welcome back to the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. What's that, Mark? What's that you say? What is Greasing Gears TV?
It's like Netflix for motorcycles. You can get it on your iOS, Android, Roku, Fire Stick, and more. Check it out today at greasinggearstv.com.
But more importantly, the fall season of Greasing Gears TV is just starting. You can see some of our new stuff up there now. I'll give you guys a little sample. This is a quick thing that we did
on location
with our buddy Kevin Bass at Prior Lake, Minnesota, called Vintage Soul. Went up there and spent a day with him and saw some of the most incredible bikes and hot rods. This is the kind of stuff that you see on Greasing Gears TV all the time. It's basically what we do in the magazine, but a whole nother dimension. You get to hear people's voices, see their faces, see it all in real time on Greasing Gears TV.com. So one more thing I have to say about SmokeOut.
Just one more?
A week after SmokeOut is over, and anybody that knows that George the Painter made his triumphant return to SmokeOut this year. And a week after, he did what George does. He wrote an article about it. And the headline said, "How bad did SmokeOut suck?" And I started getting a rash of people sending me messages. "Oh my God, this is terrible. I can't believe it." And I was like, okay.
How can you be so mean?
Well, hang on for a second. First of all, George writes in the spirit of the great gonzo journalism like Hunter S. Thompson, right? So in case you guys aren't familiar with George's writing, this was probably the most flattering piece of journalism George has ever done. And that's all I'm going to say about it. The fact that he didn't call me 10 or 15 more dirty names. And I mean, it was a really good article, man.
I haven't read it.
Well, the best thing about it was by the time he got to the end of the article, he said, come to think of it, we're all getting older. Of course, it's not SmokeOut, what SmokeOut always was, but it's like the best cover band that SmokeOut could ever have. He said, so it's SmokeOut Rally.
Is it the hairball of cover bands? Is SmokeOut the hairball of rallies? Oh, I'll take that.
Right? It's not bad. I mean, and like I said,
not at
George
all.
the Painter, I was always such a fan of George's writing because he was in a time where everything was such candy-coated bullshit. George was just disgustingly honest. I mean,
well, and honestly, if he had actually done anything other than that and just said, "Hey, man, it was a great event," everybody would be like, "You're getting paid.
You're full of shit,
Who's
George."
paying you?"
Yep.
That's so.
And anyway,
if nothing else, the George came, he walked around, he saw people, he seemed to have enjoyed himself. So to not only to take that for what it's worth, whenever he did say, "Hey, man, is there any way I can sleep in the gallery?"
Check it out.
Which made me laugh.
Dude, this is great. This is the shit that I love seeing. Droop says, it was my wife's first time going. I was informed that SmokeOut is a no matter what will be there every year. That's so cool. And that's
awesome.
I mean, that's the cool thing that I can say is that it's like events like SmokeOut and like it sounds like they're doing with Kentucky Motofest and a bunch of other events across the country. It's like it's our generation's turn to rebuild this part of the community. I mean, I feel like for a lot of years it was kind of lost because, we do a bunch of cool shit at the big rallies and stuff, but it's not the kind of community family reunion kind of deal.
So, Mark, you remember BMR? The tagline was, "It's really not that good."
Oh yeah. Yep.
Next year's tagline for SmokeOut, and I don't remember her name. Brilliantly absurd. SmokeOut, brilliantly absurd. It's perfect.
I think it's really not that good. It's really not that good. Yeah. George said so, right?
Yeah.
It's really not that good. Hashtag George the Painter.
I do question. I mean, I know Dennis Kirk was involved in all that stuff, but God, they must really hate Paul to send them to us.
Can you believe that
dude,
man forgoes his birthday?
Yeah, it's his birthday, dude.
It's his bloody ass off at SmokeOut.
Oh, it's his birthday, and he spends it with us. I
definitely have to say that probably one of my, and you were asking for favorite parts of the SmokeOut, is like literally spending as much time as I do with Paul and Jeff.
Yep.
Like it is worth, dude, he is one of my favorite people in the whole world, hands down.
Droop, I'm sorry Chris big timed you. He does that a lot.
You know what? I don't, listen, it's not big timing because... You dirty
trying to reach him on
bastard.
radio with the SmokeOut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So anyway.
I'm sorry. What the hell? I'm sorry. So yeah, everybody go to Kentucky Motofest this weekend. Where are we going to be next?
What the hell?
What?
Our next event is Lone Star Rally.
Yes, coming to Texas,
so excited.
y'all.
We're going to have our annual bike games and bike show on the seawall in Galveston. Hey, Poppy.
Yeah,
Better late
Steve
than
Burrows.
never.
Steve Burrows checking in with us.
So I hope to see some of you guys there. Last year, it was so cool to be in Galveston, Texas, and look up and see a SmokeOut t-shirt. That made my day. Chris is actually going to be there this year.
What?
Not sure how I feel about that. I'm going to take one of Amelia's lines and say, "Don't yuck my yum" at Lone Star Rally.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Poppy.
Stevenson Cycle. Happy belated birthday, Heather.
Thank you.
Should we sing happy birthday to Heather?
No.
You sure?
Oh,
Nope.
But it's like we signed to Paul.
I actually will thank everyone for the bazillion birthday messages. Thank you so much for taking a few seconds out of your day. I know how valuable time is.
Droop, listen, man. So Droop said, as I walked behind Chris, I almost kicked him in the ass to get his attention.
That would have been awesome.
Otherwise. I apologize. I really do. I would have loved to have met you. Like seeing your name come up here all the time, and knowing that you're part of the crew. I'm terribly, terribly sorry that I was as busy as I was this year, but we're working on that.
We're working on it. But please don't always interrupt us. Even if it's just a minute to say hello, please don't ever not stop us. And Bill Stevens, no, we are not going on the High Seas Rally. We're going to the Lone Star Rally. That is how we're going to close out our rally season on the beach in beautiful Galveston, Texas, which I'm very much looking forward to.
And I'll just remind you, Bill, the weather started getting rough. Never mind.
No. 3-hour tour. Oh.
Anyway. All right, so listen, starting next week, we're going to be back to our regular programming a little more than we were tonight. Thanks again to Dozer and Chad for coming on with us. I seriously want to make this event. You should. We're going to promote it throughout this week because these are the type of events that we need. We need more things for people to do, get together, and be real people.
I think it's so cool they have a hill climb.
Yeah,
no, we're not bringing dirt in.
There has to be a way. There has to be a way we can get a hill climb going. Has to be a way.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
There is that little gully between the we're gonna have to. We need an off-road cart. Is what we need.
Mark, I'll talk to you off the air. We'll get a little side trip going. Me and you go down to talk to Randall. Yep. Heather, remember what you told me about the shithouse drag races?
Yeah, that only happens once in a blue moon that you're actually right, honey.
Well, we've already been through the second of 100-year storm here in Mitchell, South Dakota. So I'm just saying.
Just saying, right?
Don't get used to it, Francis.
All right, man. So listen, until next week, you guys be safe. Get out and do something with the motorcycle because we're running out of summer. One more time, I want to thank our hosts here in the Dennis Kirk studio. Get out and check them out. Last Minute Larry, like me, they can get you parts. You can get on the motorcycle, get to the event, still make it. There's time left in this year to do motorcycle stuff with motorcycle people.
And if not, go somewhere where there is still time.
Yep.
South.
Mark?
Any
parting gifts? Mark needs a backdrop.
Mark has a stolen backdrop right there. He doesn't need one. He got his own.
We're gonna start.
I don't have to wear my Speed King hat.
We're gonna start a fund for Mark's backdrop. Go fund him. Go fund him.
Go fund my backdrop.
All right, man. Let's wrap this one up, Lulabelle. Get out, do something with your bike until we see you next week here, 9 p.m. on the East Coast for another episode of Shop Talk. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Winter's coming, Felicia.
Oh.